In this video, we're going to talk about a few things. One, the fact that Joe Biden can totally eliminate all of student loan debt, the misunderstandings surrounding whether or not student loans are normal and logical or not. Hint, they are not. And we're going to talk about the experiences of the individuals who have been crushed or who are currently being crushed by student loan debt. And I think that by going into those things, we're going to walk away with a clearer understanding of why this is such an important issue, why this isn't just a bunch of rich college kids whining about wanting more stuff for free, like why this actually impacts our country, your neighbor, probably yourself, I mean, your community for sure. This is like a debilitating anchor around the ankle of the country. And I don't think that people really realize that. And it's not motivated by anybody's goodwill or anything. It's not motivated by, well, this is what's going to help everybody get food on the table, or this is what keeps the trucks going from point A to point B. No, it's money. It's literally money. That's it. The people who give the loans want more money. And maybe to some people that's fine, but I challenge what they think society is meant to do. If you just think that people can destroy it because they want money from it. It doesn't really make sense to me, but I'm on drugs. So anyway, I'm getting off work and we see that like Joe Biden can eliminate student loan debt, and he's known about this probably for years, which is why he was making it like super hard for us to get rid of the debt in the first place. He wants this to crush us. He understands that the government has powers to help us with student loan debt, and he decided to use his power to make it worse. Make sure you guys are voting blue no matter who, by the way. No matter who. Personally, I'm a Biden-Cheney fan for 2024, and that's only assuming that we can't get a Buttigieg-Harris ticket.
I'm going to shove my ball sack in a waffle iron. He
pretends to have no idea what he can do after promising. So here's the thing. On the campaign trail, he says, this is what I'm finna do. And then when he gets in office, he says, I don't even know if I can do that. Dude, do you think you're running for class president? Like, if I'm class president, every day will be Gene Day or something. Like, and then you have no authority to like supersede the school's uniform policy, but you already got elected and now everybody just hates you. That's what a child would do. Now, Joe Biden might be slipping, but he is not a child. So it really doesn't make sense in the first place. The fact that the promise was made and then taken back under the guise of confusion over whether or not he has the ability. It was a lie from the start. Every point of it was a lie. And this is why you're losing ground as far as your approval ratings go. It's clear. You're a liar. Maybe you forgot what you said last Tuesday, but we didn't. And you need to sit down and look at the recording so that you can come through for your constituents. But I digress. So it turns out that that he didn't know. He didn't know if he could cancel any of the student debt because it's never been done. There's no precedence or anything, and there's definitely no clear legal language outlining whether or not he has the ability to. There's nothing like that. For some reason, there's bureaucratic red tape for everything else that we could just like go to a library, pull off a shelf and look at, but not for this. So we had to have a special committee to research this matter because we need to know, is it legal to take our necks off the throats of the American people? Is it legal for us to do that? How legal is it to let our people exist freely? Are we allowed? Anyway, I digress, but so the committee does its thing and it's like, yeah, bro, also this took like 8 seconds. I'm kidding. I don't know how long it took, but apparently the results of that committee's study have been available since last April, and I'm not shocked to find out that they just kind of swept it under the rug and dragged the wool over our eyes, if you will, and just hope that we all casually forget whether or not the president promised us something, and just casually forget if we enjoy paying hundreds of dollars in predatory loan payments every month. Like, what was the game plan? I don't understand that. And this is the second part I wanted to talk about. What was the game plan? You said it. You ran the committee. The committee answered you. We're all still drowning. I just don't did they hope we would just forget that this is ruining our lives? Like, it's just so indicative of how little they think of us. Like, we're just idiots who are just stumbling around, bumping into walls, throwing money at M&Ms and iPhones with no idea of where to go or what to do or where we're like, no, we heard you, bro. We heard all of those things you said out loud in public. It's like people have all of this energy to call Donald Trump a liar, which they should. But it's like, what is this? This is almost worse than lying. This is like some manipulative, backhanded, gaslighty bullshit that you would only see in the most abusive of relationships. Oh, I know I said that, but I mean, technically, who knows? And then when you get the results, you hide them. I just don't understand. Like, that isn't okay. That's not an okay way for any relationship to go. Would you accept that at work? Would you accept that from your partner? Would you accept that from a friend? Telling you one thing, going back on it, saying they're going to figure it out, and then when they figure it out, but it's not the thing they wanted it to be, they don't tell you and just hope you forget about it. And then, like, when you bring it back up, they're like, well, we're trying to see what we can do about the... like, that would not be acceptable in any other relationship. The government mistreats and abuses us on a regular basis, and this is just another example. And then they have the audacity to come out and tell us to vote for them anyway. This is indicative of how little they think of us. They think that we're stupid. They think that we're forgetful. They think that they can just run all over us and do anything that they want. Tell us anything, and we're just like little children who are just going to go to sleep and wake up and forget that our parents told us they'd put $1 under our bed for the tooth. Like, it's disgusting. Now, for the people who say, oh, you took the loan out, you should know, or you should have known, or whatever it is they tell themselves to rationalize their weirdly hateful position. It doesn't really harm you if our debt is forgiven. It might actually boost the economy. And by might, I mean it would definitely boost the economy. But there's just this weird vindictive thing where we're like crabs in a bucket, just dragging each other back down, like, oh, you can't get ahead unless I'm getting ahead, and I need to get the most ahead. Like, stop. It's giving pathetic. It's giving miserable. it's giving you need to go back to therapy or start. Okay? Stop trying to ruin other people's come up because I don't know. But it would help you. If that makes it easier for you to support somebody's life becoming better, it would help you too, okay? Because the fact of the matter is, this is a drain on the economy. Rather than buying homes or cars or starting families or doing any of the things that we're told that we're supposed to do to like feed back into our nation, feed back into our communities and all of that, we are stuck working 40, 50, 60 hours to pay back loans that don't actually end, it would appear. They don't stop for certain people. Even if... here are some of the tweets that I ran into while I was researching things for this topic. That's ridiculous. That should be illegal. That should be eradicated. That should be abolished. That should be canceled. That should be not a thing. There is no reason you should take out $45K and 45K, pay $75K and owe $90K or $15K. They're just like throwing numbers at us at a certain point. We're just like we're just shrugging and paying and trying to stay alive. But it's like, this isn't okay. This isn't benefiting anybody except for the loan companies themselves. If people in your community didn't have this burden, the psychological freedom alone, mental freedom, the emotional freedom, the optimism that they would feel about the country, and those aren't even getting into the hard physical benefits, the immediate monetary benefits of wiping out this debt. These loans go after the most naive, least financially literate individuals with insane amounts of power to be 18 and sign those sorts of documents. It's like, you don't know what you're doing at sometimes. And that's clearly not by mistake. And even the people who might be older, that doesn't necessarily mean that they have a grand understanding of how the interest rates are going to develop over the years. You know, we shouldn't be questioning whether or not they understood interest rates, and we should be questioning why the interest rates operate in such a way that you can pay everything on time for years and still owe more than you ever borrowed by thousands of dollars. That's what we need to be asking about the interest rates. Not if so-and-so took a financial literacy class when they were in 10th grade, okay? That's not the issue here. They are preying upon the weakest, most hopeful members of our society and breaking their spirits with lies and deception. And the president has the ability to restore that faith in the hearts of millions of America, restore that money into the pockets of millions of Americans, restore that life, that sense of freedom with a pen and a piece of paper. And he's lying to us, he's hiding facts from us, and he is harming us, all while pretending to be on our side on this. It's despicable. President Biden, if you support canceling 10 grand, 50 grand, whatever grand, if you support it, do it. We know you have the information. We know you have the ability. We know it would help the economy, which is floundering, by the way, much like your approval rating. Do it. Cancel student loan debt. This is ruining people's lives. It is targeting children, literal children, and tanking the economy, torching communities, ruining people's abilities to start families as the birth rate plummets. You tell me what you think the answer is. Give me one good reason, that benefits the collective. Give me one reason why he shouldn't do that. Who it harms. Tell me, please, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. The fact of the matter is, Joe Biden made a promise to his constituents. People are drowning. They trusted you. I didn't vote for your ass, but they trusted you. This is the least you could do. After sentencing us back to the workforce and cutting all the other benefits and not getting the human infrastructure bill passed, this is the least you could do. We have no reason not to support this effort. And now we know that it could be solved yesterday. And by yesterday, I mean last April. This is the right thing to do. Cancel student loan debt. Abolish student loan debt. Make college free. Let's not get crazy, right? I just work here. But we have strides and strides left to go in this journey. Canceling the current student loan debt is only like the first step or two, but what huge steps they would be. Anyway, I have missed recording and I'm still setting up things and getting things together in my life, so excuse the setup, whatever, but it's on my brain, and it's like, I'm not really worried about getting crushed by student loan debt, but I know a lot of people who are, and I don't need to know anybody personally to know that this is the right thing to do. The data is out there. I'm going to share a bunch of links in the description, and I just want, if you can, read these people's experiences, read the data, read how these things actually go down, read about the process that students are put through for these loans. Read about it and understand what a dredge this is upon our society. This is helping no one. If you're a hater, just go back to watching the Kardashians and hate on them or something. There are so many other things to hate on, but this would help you. This would help your neighbor. This would help your kid, your freaking person at work, your boss's kid. It would help a lot of people. And I think that we would see the effects of that reverberate throughout our society, and we would be so grateful. And having that taste of positive policy, that taste of getting something that we actually want from the government and the officials we elected to represent us, that would have such positive effects. We wouldn't turn back. We wouldn't accept less. So please read the things, write to all of your officials, write to everybody, tweet at them, call them, whatever, make art about it, make videos about it, scream about it, sing about it. It has to be known. This is what we want. We have the facts. We know that you can do it. You owe it to us. You promised. We just got to put it out there. Joe Biden, the ball is in your court. That's my 2 cents and a quarter.